From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet presents NCAA Division II women's basketball coverage live on the ECC network. In tonight's conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins host the Roberts Wesleyan University Redhawks. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, alongside my broadcast partner, Nick Durst. And Nick, for the Dolphins, they begin a critical three-game stretch to end their season here tonight. 3 games left. All conference games. The Dolphins are clinging to the final playoff spot in the East Coast Conference, and if they win all 3 games, they are in. The quest to do that begins here tonight.
Yeah, winning you're in. It's not going to be an easy task, but it begins here tonight. Just have to take it 1 quarter, 1 half, 1 game at a time, and see if you can accomplish the goal.
Last time we saw the Dolphins here at home, they had a thrilling come-from-behind win against the U University. That was a huge conference win for this Dolphins team back on Sunday. However, since then, the Dolphins have lost twice, once against Dominican University and again at the University of the District of Columbia. That game was actually 2 Sundays ago against the Uville, but nonetheless, Nick, 2 subpar outings for the Dolphins since that win. They're happy to get back on their home floor and hope to turn things around here tonight.
Yeah, home is where the heart is, and this is where the Dolphins have played a lot better this season at home. And now we get ready for this game here, the second to last home game of the season for the Lady Dolphins.
Well, this has been a very abbreviated McDonald's pregame show, and Nick will get you the starting lineups presented by Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center in just a moment as we have tip-off from the tank. And Nick, following this first possession, we'll get the starting lineups.
Yes, we will.
Singay hands off to Lambert on the perimeter. She fumbled the ball but finds Phelan. Johnson inside for Alarcon. She's doubled. Lambert left open. No good from 3. And the rebound is tipped and brought in on the move by Freeman. She kicks out. And now DeCintio looked to drive. Pass inside was fumbled. And the Redhawks will reset. 20 on the shot clock.
The Redhawks with the ball. Mariana Freeman, number 2, is starter. Grace Dow, number 14. Emily Palmer, number 20. Danielle DeCintio, number 4. And Georgia Haverlock, number 11, the starting 5 for Roberts Wesleyan.
That bank shot won't go, and an offensive foul was whistled against Haverlock, who is 15 points away from 1,000, Nick. So
could be some history here for her this evening. For the College of Staten Island Dolphins, their starting 5, number 2, Ashley Lambert, number 3, Nuambia Masingay, number 4, Kaya Johnson, number 10, Dana Phelan, and number 13, Jenelise Alarcon.
Those are the starting lineups presented by Chi Aesthetics, Med Spa, and Wellness Center. No score with 1 minute gone by in this first quarter. Lambert finds an open Kaya Johnson, who looked to drive the baseline, pulls up, and is too strong on the jumper. DeCintio has it for Roberts Wesleyan. Feed goes inside, and not a clean handling of that pass. Palmer tried to recover and couldn't finish. Long pass up the floor, and Alarcon had it stripped away.
Great pass, though, by Lambert, dicing that between 2 defenders to get it to Alarcon's hands. Now, Lambert's inbound.
Jenelise Alarcon appeared on the East Coast Conference weekly honor roll this week. Back-to-back strong games from her in CSI's last 2 outings.
As Jenelise goes, so does this Dolphins offense and defense.
Nick, her last 5 games, easily her best 5-game stretch of the season, without question.
Yeah, and you saw that game she missed. The big difference that it made.
Just a bit of a difference. This team not the same without Jenelise on the floor, but in terms of scoring for her, the last 5 games, beginning 5 games ago as the Dolphins turn it over, Freeman will lay it in for the game's first 2 points off another Dolphins giveaway. But Nick, last 5 games for Alarcon, 22, 19, 17, 13, and 26.
Yeah, business as usual for Alarcon. Any given night, she can go off.
I think a lot of it comes down to how the opponents scheme against her defensively. If they double and take her out of the game, it's up to the Dolphin shooters And Dana Phelan, one of those shooters, making the Red Hawks pay right there from 3.
Yeah, in the last possession, Phelan was calling for the ball before Lambert got stripped, so comes back on this possession, knocks down the 3. Dolphins wearing blue at home for the first time this season.
Three-pointer on its way, no good from Palmer. And here come the Dolphins. Lambert, floater, short. And that was tipped out of bounds by Alarcon.
So far early here, Joe, you've seen Lambert with the ball handling the majority of the time to get things started. Typically we see Kaya Johnson running the point, but so far looks like Lambert's handling the ball.
DeCintio rattles that one in. Like a running jump shot from in close. And the Red Hawks take the lead back. Phelan out to Lambert, now Johnson. Masinghe to an open Phelan. No good from 3. Dolphins have to love that kind of ball movement, even if Phelan doesn't knock down the shot. That's a great look from the corner. Madison Haggett rises up off the Dolphins bench. As that was not saved by Grace Dow.
Have some subs here.
Paris Anthony into the game for Roberts Wesleyan. Madison Haggett in for CSI. Dolphins with 6 players on the bench tonight. Red Hawks with 4. Johnson finds Haggett. Now Phelan over to Johnson. Inside for Alarcon. She's guarded one-on-one, and there's just no chance for any defender one-on-one against Jennalise Alarcon.
Yeah, right there, Alarcon going up against Grace Dow, who has the height advantage on her, but does not matter because when Jennalise is one-on-one, like you said, she has the ball skills and body maneuverability to get an open look.
Jennalise converts from the free throw line on the and 1. Dolphins now lead at 6-4. Freeman swings it to Haverlock. Feed goes inside, ball kicked right back out. Haverlock tied up, finds DeCintio. 8 to shoot. DeCintio hesitates, finds a teammate underneath. Good defense by Kyra Rose, but better offense on the putback by Paris Anthony.
Great job there. Get the rebound and put it back.
That pass goes awry. The Dolphins turn it over yet again. Turnovers have really been an issue for the Dolphins in the games we've covered here at home as of late.
Certainly has cost them quite a bit this season.
It's typically been early in games as well. As Phelan creates a turnover at the defensive end. She looks to go all the way and finishes the layup.
Nice job there by Phelan. Good defense leading to some points on the offensive end.
And we've seen that as well throughout the year. The Dolphins' best offense at times has been their defense, creating turnovers, stringing together stops. That's really helped jumpstart their offense at times when things haven't been going well, as Rose has the rebound off that missed 3. Now Haggett back out to Phelan. LaFaro inside for Alarcon. Dolphins moving the ball well here early in this game. And Phelan is left open. Too strong from 3, but Alarcon has the rebound. She goes back up with it and finishes.
Alarcon's so good at getting those second chance opportunities with her excellent rebounding. A little surprised there early on that sequence that Haggett passed up the open 3, but it all worked out in the end as Alarcon scored.
Haverlock has 2 there. It's back to a 2-point lead for CSI. If you're the Dolphins and you're able to get some open looks from 3-point range as they have early in this game, you have to be happy with that. Feed goes to Alarcon inside, and she finishes another.
You just, as a defender, you can't let Alarcon move to the left side of the basket. It's almost a guarantee that she's going to lay it up and in.
It's been a very short sample size. The Dolphins' offense to start this game has looked really good in terms of ball movement and getting the kinds of shots they want.
And Joe, we haven't seen them have an early start well here at home in quite some time.
And with that, we will head to immediate timeout. 3:19 to go in the opening quarter. Dolphins lead by 4. The Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. Just over 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter from the tank. Dolphins lead it 12-8, looking to make it 2-0 against Roberts Wesleyan this season. And Nick, it's been a nice start for the Dolphins. Let's get a quick look at some of the CSI baskets.
Yeah, lots of great scoring by Alicon and some three-pointers as well. Take a look here as Alicon, her last basket, laid it up and in.
That's just one example of some great ball movement we've seen from the Dolphins in this opening quarter. That ball was poked away from failing. And she was fouled from behind.
Yep, fouled there by Danielle DeCintio. Third foul against Roberts Wesleyan.
Haggett, short on the 3. It's rebounded by Haverlock. There were some substitutions during that last timeout, as Freeman can't connect from 3. LaFaro has the rebound. Christina Gonzalez, Samara Rubio into the game as Kyra Rose has her first 2 points.
Great pass there by Haggett to find the wide open cutting Rose.
I believe that was the only substitution for Roberts Wesleyan. Oya Consola Oke in for the Dolphins. As that rebound was swatted at by Palmer, she knocked it out of bounds. And it will be Dolphins basketball as Ashley Lambert checks in.
Lambert, LaFaro, Rose, Haggett. Okay, the 5 in the game right now for the Dolphins.
CSI by 6 in the opening quarter. Okay, up top to Haggett. Now Lambert. LaFaro, top of the arc, working against Freeman. Had it poked away and stolen. Freeman being chased down by Haggett, and Freeman gets the layup to go.
Freeman, the only underclassman that was in the starting lineup for Roberts Wesleyan.
She's made an impact early, as has Kyra Rose with 2 quick baskets. She now has 4 points.
Yeah, mark it down every game. Off the bench in the first quarter, Rose instant impact on offense.
That 3-pointer no good by Haverlock, rebounded by Haggett. LaFaro up the floor for Lambert. Okay, inside. Rose can't finish, gets her own rebound. Can't get the putback. She's triple teamed and traveled.
Wow. Referee Chris Bruno right there all over that call, but 3-on-1 attack there from Roberts Wesleyan against Rose.
We'll get a look at that last sequence quickly. Rose and the Dolphins bench.
Sometimes when you get in that position there, after you can't get it in. You should try to maybe look sometimes to kick it out, but it's hard when you're in that mentality to get the rebound. You want to just put it back up, but that ends up leading to Roberts Wesleyan being able to triple team.
Something I've noticed, as that three-pointer is too strong by DeCintio, but something I've noticed is that when Rose rebounds her own miss, she very rarely looks to kick the ball out.
Most people don't. And you can make the case, Joe, that the Dolphins, one of their best offensive moves this season has been points off the offensive rebounds.
I won't argue. On the glass right now, the Dolphins with an 11-6 advantage. They've held Roberts Wesleyan to 5 of 16 shooting. Alarcon finds a wide open Haggett, and she doesn't get the roll off the front rim. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Madeline Mahoney into the game for Roberts Wesleyan, as we had a foul call underneath.
Strong first quarter here for the Dolphins. They've been going a lot of quarters at home here to start off the season, or start off the last month here at home. Only in single digits, so 16 points, a strong showing offensively in the first quarter so far.
Three-pointer on its way, no good. Rebound to the Red Hawks. It was pulled in by Dow. She couldn't finish. But Roberts will get a third opportunity. Cintio hands it off and gets it right back. 5 to shoot, and DeCintio's three is off the mark. As an over-the-back foul was called, and that's the 15th foul. Free throws coming up.
Yes, Haggett going to go to the free throw line.
So, Nick, for the Dolphins, it's pretty simple. They have 3 games left. If they win them all, they're in. If they win 2 out of 3, but one of those is against Malloy, they're also in. So there is some margin for error. However, you'd like to make it easy on yourself and win all 3.
Tonight, Malloy, Queens, you definitely want to win all 3.
Now, if Malloy defeats CSI and the 2 teams tie, it will then go to tiebreaker.
Which would be record against conference opponents?
Against conference opponents in descending order. So it's too early to figure out how that would shake out. Unless Malloy has a win against one of the top teams. But we'll worry about that if the Dolphins lose to Malloy. That game coming up, of course, 1 week from tonight. However, on this evening, CSI with a 7-point lead after 1. Our score at the end of the first. Staten Island 17, Roberts Wesleyan 10.
Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins lead it 17-10 at the start of the second quarter. And Nick, it was a nice first quarter for the Dolphins. They shot nearly 44% from the field, held Roberts Wesleyan to 5 of 20 shooting. The blemish on the stat line for CSI once again was their turnovers.
Yeah, I need to clear that up, but offensively, keep things going at this current pace and should be looking good towards the end of the game.
Red Hawks possess it first to open up the second quarter. DeCintio looks to drive. Kicks out. Open shooter is Mahoney for 3.
Mahoney wide open there. Easy look for the Cincinnati, Ohio native.
DeCintio with a tough start shooting, just 1 of 6, but she commands a lot of attention from the defense. As Kaya Johnson knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Kaya in the mid-range. That's her game right there. Easily knocks it in.
Well, it seems we've lost connectivity with our scoreboard, so I'll try and restore that now. But if I can't, I'll have to manually update the scoreboard moving forward.
And that is a real pain.
Well, we're definitely having scoreboard issues. So for now, we'll take the scoreboard off the screen.
19-13. 9 minutes left. Might have to go to picture-in-picture if we can't fix the scoreboard.
Well, it says we're connected, which apparently we are not because nothing is updating. Very unusual.
Could it be the internet?
Unlikely. We're still on the air. All right, so we'll go manual scoreboard. Haven't had to do that all season. I'll have to get that set up. Nick, call the action.
All right, Kaya Johnson, mid-range jumper, off the mark, rebounded by Roberts Wesleyan. And back the other way, the Red Hawks come. The ball is to the top of the key and around the arc to Freeman. Freeman to the top to Palmer. Swings it around to DeCincio. DeCincio inside to Dow. Dow kicks it out. The three-point attempt is off the mark by Mahoney.
All right, so manual scoreboard. And without an engineer tonight, I am not happy as Ashley Lambert knocks down the three.
Lambert knocking down the three there. Dolphins continuing to shoot the ball pretty well from three-point range. And the timeout here could be just what the doctor ordered to maybe fix the scoreboard.
No question about it. We'll head to a quick break. I'll head over to the scorer's table and take a look at the scoreboard. Dolphins lead it 22-13, 8:04 to go in the second quarter.
Welcome back to the tank. Nick Durst here, courtside. Dolphins ahead 22-13 over the Red Hawks. 8:04 left in the second quarter. And rejoining me now is Joe Foreman, hopefully with a good update on the scoreboard.
Well, Nick, looks like the scoreboard came unplugged. So next time they update the scoreboard, it should reset to the correct score.
All right, glad you and Jeremy got that sorted out.
So keep in mind the score on your screen incorrect. Once another basket is scored, the scoreboard should update, though the clock is not running with the venue clock, so I'm not sure.
Are you still on the manual mode?
No. We'll find out once a basket is scored.
Travel
Traveling
there.
is called. That won't help.
7:48.
We'll take the scoreboard down.
The clock.
$7:45 to go in the quarter. The Dolphins lead at 22-13. Feed goes inside to Rose. She looks to attack. Phelan up top, Lambert. Good defense here by the Red Hawks, rotating well. But Alarcon can't get that to go. Good look on the inside.
Tough shot that almost dropped.
Good extra pass to the corner. And Freeman can't hit from three. As Phelan goes up and gets the rebound. Here comes Johnson. Out to Lambert. Short on the three. Alarcon going for the rebound, ended up on the floor.
Came down hard there, but Rose picks her up quickly, and they're back on defense.
Good effort once again by Genelise. Freeman kicks out. Palmer. Short. And Rose has the rebound. Dolphins look to push. Rose can't finish.
Well, Joe, we're waiting now for the clock to get fixed for over a minute. And nobody's scored yet, so we don't know if the
We need an
scoreboard's
update to
working.
the score. So it's back. Good to go.
All right, excellent.
Dolphins will bring it up as we approach 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, the TLC Physical Therapy Halftime Report with women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone. As Johnson is short on the mid-range, and Masinge is whistled for a reach-and foul. Freeman crosses over, kicks to the corner. Anthony out to Haverlock for three. Way off. And Masinge has the rebound.
Big scoreless stretch right now.
Rose was fouled on the inside. Grace Dow will check into the game. She replaces Paris Anthony. Kyra Rose to the line for 2 shots. First is no good. Rose goes 1 of 2 from the line. Danielle DeCintio back in for Roberts Wesleyan.
That'll break the scoring drought for both teams.
We went a couple of minutes without a basket there. About 2 minutes. DeCintio into the corner. Freeman steps back. That's a deep 2. Off the mark. Rebound pulled in by Dow. She goes back up with it and banks it in.
Dow gets her own rebound and knocks down the shot.
Dolphins dominated on the boards early, but that has swung, and now Roberts Wesleyan within 1 rebound of CSI. As that shot is good. Kaya Johnson from the corner this time.
You don't want to give Kaya Johnson any space inside the arc because she could pull up and she's going to make it count. No, Joe, I don't know if Kaya Johnson attempted a 3 all season. Not her game, but
I think she has attempted 1, at least here at home.
okay.
I think. Haverlock for 3.
Well, you don't get close to 1,000 points if you don't shoot like that. So Haverlock can't leave her wide open.
Haverlock now 2 of 6, 5 points. This is Rose out to an open Lambert, toe on the line, and she knocks down the jumper.
2-pointer there, long one for Lambert. She's shooting the ball very well this evening.
Lambert with her second make. Three Dolphins make it 4 now, including Lambert with at least 5 points. As DeCintio rattles in at 3, and now
Deep 3 for DeCintio to make things close.
the offense is beginning to pick things up a bit. DeCintio now 2 of 7. Johnson looked like she might have been thinking about an attempt from the corner there. She instead looks to drive the baseline. Doesn't get the roll. And Rose saves it to Masinge. And Masinge throws one off the shot clock.
Faro going to check in now for Lambert. And Haggett in for Johnson.
Alarcon for Rose. Under 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Cynthia for Haverlock. Cynthia now has it back. Big crossover. Palmer left open, and she knocks down a three.
Well, just like that, Joe. One possession game. Dolphins huge lead. No more.
LaFaro left open, and she's short. Palmer with the rebound. DeCintio thought about the three. Palmer won't think about that shot, and she knocks it down.
1 point game now, as Roberts Wesleyan has done an excellent job this quarter.
The Redhawks beginning to heat up as Alarcon was rejected. Here comes Haverlock. She pulls up and doesn't get the roll. Phelan with the rebound. The Dolphins look to push, but Nicole Sarcone will call timeout.
Well, we saw last home game, Joe, Coach Sarcone very animated, we'll say, at the halftime interview. We'll see if that repeats this evening. Obviously, Dolphins not playing well in the second quarter.
Just like that, we have a 1 point game. CSI 27, Roberts Wesleyan 26.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials.
We're back from the tank as we had to cut short our message from Hobra. Quick 30-second timeout. Couldn't get the commercial in. As that shot won't go on the inside by Dow. Here comes Lambert the other way. Singay back out to Lambert, and the Dolphins will get reset. Alarcon one-on-one, and she traveled.
It's anyone's game right now. We'll see who goes into halftime with the lead, but right now, big momentum swing in the favor of Roberts Wesleyan.
And you get the sense, Nick, that these next 90 seconds plus going to be very big in terms of dictating who will have the momentum entering the second half. And all of a sudden, Emily Palmer is on fire.
Emily Palmer can't be stopped right now.
Feed goes inside to Brianna Moore, who just checked in. And Moore traveled.
Dolphins hoping not to see any more travels beyond this one here.
The Dolphins cleaned up their turnovers after that first quarter. They have 8. They had 5 in the first. The Redhawks also had 5 in the first. They have just 1 here in the second. And their shooting has been way better since about the 6-minute mark. That shot way off by DeCintio. Dolphins can go 2 for 1. Lambert for Haggett. Now LaFaro inside for Alarcon. Haggett left open for 3. No good. And that was knocked out of bounds by DeCintio.
Alarcon, of course, getting double, triple teamed again there. So that was something in the first quarter that Roberts Wesleyan was not doing well, which was getting the extra body in Alarcon. And she had all of her points in the first quarter, I believe.
To your point, Nick, it seems like the Redhawks have been a step or two quicker in double teaming it on Jenelise under the basket. Challenging the Dolphin shooters to make them pay, as Brianna Moore has an easy 2 off a nice feed.
Well, if you're going to double team Alarcon in the paint, you can't let Moore get the ball that down low. Easy, easy basket for Brianna there.
Great feed from Lizzie LaFaro there to set up Brianna Moore. Score tied at 29. And Haverlock can't finish with the left, but a foul was called, and they might come over here and check that one, Nick.
I hope they do.
Was it called in time is the question.
That's what I thought it was called after the buzzer already expired.
Also, do they know we have replay?
I don't know. Grace Dow coming up limping, though.
Let's see. Got to watch the official's arm. No.
Called it after, but the Red Hawks not going to get a shot off at this point, 3 seconds.
Oh, they weren't in the act of shooting. Well, that makes a big
I thought it
difference.
was going to be active shooting, but Chris Bruno's all over it over there. Red Hawks to inbound, and to halftime we go.
All right. That will bring us to the end of the first half. And the Dolphins had a sizable lead earlier in this one. That lead has evaporated. We are tied heading into the intermission. Our score, CSI 29, Roberts Wesleyan University 29. The TLC Physical Therapy halftime report with women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone coming up next. And we're back with the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. Nick is joined on the court by women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone.
Thanks, Joe. Here at Coach Sarcone. Coach, great start. Not a great second quarter, though, but a lot of ups and downs. Good job offensively. Clean up the turnovers in the second quarter. Overall, your takeaway from the first half?
I thought like you said, the first quarter we were moving the ball well on offense, finding good kickouts, playing well on the defensive end boarding. Got a little tired in the second, and we weren't defending as hard as we needed to. Gave them some good kickouts. We have to have better on-ball defense. We're helping too much because the ball is getting down the lane, and they're kicking it out, and they're knocking them down. We also have to start knocking down open threes.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the offense here. A lot of different players scored in the first half. So talk a little about that ball movement and just the trust the teammates have in each other to let anybody score.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jen and Kyra and No, that specifically, they kick out of the post really well, and they draw attention when they catch in the post. So that is a plus for us, and we have a lot of shooters, and they have to stay confident and knock them down.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for your time. Best of luck in the second half. Joe, back over to you at the commentary desk.
All right, thank you, Nick. That was women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone joining us for the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. A lot on the line for her team in tonight's game in terms of East Coast Conference playoff positioning. At the half, the Dolphins tied with the Red Hawks of Roberts Wesleyan University 29-29. CSI dance team takes the floor coming up next. And we are back from the tank for the start of the second half between the College of Staten Island and Roberts Wesleyan University. Dolphins in that first half led by as many as 10. But we ended the first 20 minutes with a tie score. Singay looked to give CSI the lead back, couldn't finish on the layup. And now the Red Hawks with a chance to take the lead for the first time since the early going.
Yeah, Joe, I got to say, as Palmer finally misses a shot in this game, but that Brianna Moore basket at the end of the first half was really huge for the Dolphins.
The Dolphins, late in that first half, began to struggle offensively. They were shooting 44% after the first quarter. They're down to about 36% right now, and they're just 2 of 11 from 3. Make it 3 of 12.
Well, there's that three-pointer you're looking for.
Well, I think we had a public address mishap there.
I couldn't even hear what was being said.
I think Andrew looked up and saw number 2, Ashley Lambert, hit the shot and announced it as a visiting three-pointer.
Oh, well, he's not used to the court spot, I guess.
He's been here long enough. This is Masingay, and she lost it. Ball in the corner now, Freeman. Feed inside. Anthony at the kick out. Dolphins quickly get back to the perimeter defensively as that was poked away. Just 8 on the shot clock. 5 to shoot now. Haverlock crosses over. Drives at Lambert. Throws one up. No good. And that'll be a shot clock violation.
Good defense there by the Dolphins.
Dolphins lead is 3 points. This is Alarcon. She finds an open Kaya Johnson for an easy 2.
Well, anytime Kaya shoots into the mid-range, it tends to be easy for her.
And with that, Roberts Wesleyan will call timeout. Just 2 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Dolphins now lead it by 5.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
And we're back from the tank where the Dolphins are out to a 5-0 start to open this third quarter. They lead 34-29. Dolphins led in scoring by Ashley Lambert. She's 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Jenelise Alarcon has 7. Kaya Johnson has 6. All coming on mid-range jumpers. Dolphins have 10 assists on 14 made baskets as well. As we noted the ball movement earlier in the game. And immediately out of the timeout, Mariana Freeman gets the Redhawks on the board to start the second half.
Freeman with the under the basket layup there.
That's a bad pass by Masinghe. Haverlock up the floor. DeCintio inside. And a travel was called against Gonzalez Samara Rubio. You have to wonder if they call her Christina GSR. I would think you have to.
Christina GSR, maybe. Or CGSR.
Phelan for 3.
Dolphins doing a nice job right now with the 3-point shots here in the second half. Only 2 made threes in the first, but the 2 that have made threes in the second.
Haverlock pulls up, and it rattles out. Good look for her from the mid-range. Would not go. Dolphins lead it by 6. This is Johnson, cross court for Phelan. Alarcon to the corner for a wide-open Kaya Johnson. That shot is off and rebounded by Rose. Johnson will try again. No good.
2 rare misses there from Johnson. That's her hot spot. She likes that shot.
She certainly likes that baseline mid-range jumper. And Haverlock likes the three-pointer.
Yeah, Georgia knocks that one down with ease because she was wide open.
Dolphins lead down to 3. Rose for Johnson. Inside to Alarcon. And she may have been blocked on that attempt, but Rose has another offensive board and is stripped. Haverlock took some contact there. Got the ball away to DeCintio. DeCintio finds an open shooter on the baseline, but Palmer can't connect. Here comes Phelan up the floor. Phelan throws it away. A couple of reckless passes that we've seen in this quarter.
A few subs right now. Lizzie LaFaro and Grace Dow back in the game for their teams respectively. Phelan and Palmer to the bench.
5:44 to go in this third quarter. Freeman for DeCintio. Now Freeman crosses over and kicks out again. DeCintio from well beyond the arc knocks it down.
That's the second time we've seen her take that long shot. She knocks it down there.
We are now tied at 37. 6-0 run for the Redhawks, snapped with that basket by Kyra Rose.
Rose and Alarcon both in the game right now. We've seen a lot of success with this combination. Usually one of them is going to end up open under the basket.
Haverlock Off the mark. Rebounded by Johnson. LaFaro, corner three. No good. And Alarcon earns the Dolphins another possession as her effort in chasing that rebound forced the Red Hawks to tip it out of bounds as we head to a media timeout. 4:51 on the clock in the third quarter. Dolphin lead is 2 points.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter from the tank. CSI lead at 2 points. Alarcon one-on-one underneath, and she can't finish with the left. Rare miss on the inside for Genelise.
Extremely rare.
You don't see that often.
You have a better chance.
And the Red Hawks take the lead.
First lead of the game for them as DeCintia once again from way downtown.
The Dolphins need to be careful. She's beginning to heat up. And they have to play a bit closer off the ball. Red Hawks swarming defensively. Dolphins find Alarcon inside, and she is rejected by Dow. Ball loose on the floor. And jump ball was called. Possession arrow favors Roberts Wesleyan.
Great effort there from Rose, but a great job by Dow on the block.
Well, this has been a very hard-fought game to this point. Both teams playing with a lot of energy at both ends. Mathematically, I believe Roberts Wesleyan is still alive for the playoffs.
Must win for both teams.
It's a very long shot if they are alive. But I think if everything broke their way, they might have a chance. Obviously would need this game at 2-10 in the conference. And DeCintia can't hit the turnaround, grabbed her own miss, but was fouled first. That's just the first team foul on CSI, and you said it as we went to break, Nick. This game is flying, and a big part of that
no
is
fouls.
how few fouls we've seen. I'm certainly not complaining.
Certainly not. Just wish that in between games we potentially had like a pizza or some chicken rolls coming our way.
That's always a big bonus. As Dow is too strong, that shot off back iron, rebound loose. And Rose was fouled by Palmer.
Well, you mentioned the record for Roberts Wesleyan, but they don't play that way. Haverlock, we know her offensive prowess. Cynthia knocking down threes. Very impressed with the way Mary Anna Freeman is playing, and Emily Palmer had a great close to the first half for the Red Hawks.
Lambert left open. That's way off. But Phelan steals the pass and lays it in.
Second time we've seen Phelan this game with a steal leading to a basket for her.
Great play there defensively by Phelan. Dolphins needed that one. Under 3 minutes to play in the quarter. DeCintia steps back and buries another three.
Need to get some hands in her face. Cannot let her shoot from three-point range. I think that's 3 threes this quarter for her.
I think you're right. Her slow start, a distant memory. Phelan no good. Rose with another offensive board. She draws the foul and will head to the line for 2 shots.
Dolphins doing a good job offensively on the glass. And Rose back to the line.
Cynthia likes this building, Nick. As Rose hits the free throw. Last year, she had 28 points, including 6 threes. Oof. 10 free throws as well.
Can't blame her on liking the building. It's the best building in the ECC.
Unfortunately, that was not enough. Dolphins won that game 64-58.
Who was the lead Dolphin scorer?
2 Dolphins with 15. Ashley Lambert, Gia Esposito. Noemi Masinge, 11 points, 16 rebounds in that game.
Big game for her.
Nice outing for Masinge in that one. Hasn't played many minutes here tonight. Just 11. Masinge's gotten some starts this year, has come off the bench in other games. But that game against Roberts Wesleyan last year, one of her biggest of the season. And another reason that game was significant, it was the season finale. Dolphins found out following that game where they were headed for the playoffs. Turned out to be UDC. They picked up a win. Men's basketball, for those who don't know, officially clinching a playoff spot. We got the email today. Sent over some of our information for the broadcast. Now, at one point we thought there was an outside chance that we'd be handling the broadcast depending on the venue. And it does look like right now that the men's and women's semifinal and championship, or I should say the 2 semifinal and championship venues will be different. If things continue the way they are playing out right now, the men's semifinal and final hosted by Stack, I think that will become a foregone conclusion if Stack wins one more game and the Dolphins lose one more game. On the women's side right now, Damon the favorite to host.
Semifinals and finals would be, I guess, in 2.
Well, the Dolphins force another turnover, and they turn that into 2 points. Full court pressure out of the timeout.
Love to see it. Roberts Wesleyan having a lot of trouble right now.
Well, that's one way to disrupt the flow of the Red Hawks offense. They get set with about 17 or 18 on the shot clock. DeCintio finds Freeman and gets it right back. And she's fouled as Alarcon looked to contest a potential 3. Dolphins had a couple to give.
So I was going to say before the Rose Steal, I believe the semifinals would be 2 weeks from this Saturday.
Correct. Actually, no, 3 weeks.
3 weeks from this Saturday, okay.
3 weeks. I will say this after this play, as Dow will try the turnaround jumper, and that's an offensive rebound the Dolphins simply cannot allow. Haverlock swoops in and takes it away from 2 Dolphins. Second chance here for the Red Hawks. Dow might have traveled there. I don't know if she put that on the floor before beginning her move, but she scores. Mismatch against Lambert, and an easy 2 points ties the score again. Alarcon out to Lambert. Now LaFaro back inside to Rose. Phelan wide open. In and out. Bench thought she had it, and it will be Red Hawks basketball. But Nick, as I was about to say, CSI softball will be in Florida the week of ECC playoffs. So the season ends for the Dolphins on March 2nd as the Dolphins nearly force another turnover, and they do. It's full court pressure
trap.
wreaking havoc here.
Love to see it.
But the Dolphins, should they make the playoffs, and they're closing in on that, would play midweek while softball's in Florida. So I won't be here for that game. However,
that game won't be here either, so it'd be on the road. So.
However, well, there was a chance I would go again if necessary. But for the championship, as that shot won't go for Lambert, there's a chance I could fly back and make that. As Freeman can't finish the reverse layup. Rebound to CSI.
You'll be needed at St. Thomas Aquinas College.
Don't know about that. That's an easy trip. But I would like to see the game. I certainly wouldn't be here on Saturday for the semifinals. But Sunday, there's a chance. As that foul is called against Phelan. Dolphins had one to give, so that's a good foul. May have had 2 to give, in fact.
So next week, Joe, should be very busy for you as far as your job here. There's a softball game. There's men's baseball going on in South Carolina. There's both basketball teams. There's there's track. Just a lot for you to keep an eye on.
Yep. As for softball, their scheduled home opener on Friday has been postponed. That doubleheader will now be played on Monday. Weather is supposed to be a bit better on Monday. High of 55 degrees, no rain in the forecast. So Monday is the new date for the CSI softball home opener. Softball will open their season on the road on Saturday at Goldie Beacom.
So Monday, your season opener, and you and Nick Pavona on the call?
Yes.
Very nice.
Final 15 seconds, third quarter. Score all knotted up at 45. This quarter, 16 points aside. LaFaro to Alarcon. No good on the layup. 5 seconds. DeCintio checks the clock. And she will try from half court. No good. And that will do it for the third quarter. Our score after 30 minutes, Staten Island 45, Roberts Wesleyan 45.
I was the kid who would do surgery on my teddy bear and have my sister be my patient, and I would wear the stethoscope and the lab coat. I was that kid. Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Dr. News, who is the head of the biology department, definitely has had a huge impact over the past 2 years I've been in the lab. He took a chance on me and actually gives me the power to actually do things. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. I've had so many experiences with underprivileged people and just seeing that they want the basic things that people get out of life. And if I can help in any way, that just kind of warms my heart. That's why I want to be a doctor, to serve those who have been dealt a bad hand. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head.
Start of the fourth quarter from the tank as that shot goes in and out for Dana Phelan. Is it just me, Nick, or have these breaks been much shorter than normal?
Very quick.
Very quick. As that layup will go for Grace Dow, and that gives the Red Hawks the lead. We've never had an issue getting a 2-minute ad in between quarters. And
players and the refs
today.
just can't wait. They want to get the game going.
They are moving today. This game could end in less than 90 minutes from tip-off.
And now that you said that, Joe, everybody tune in. We'll have overtime soon.
Phelan, too strong once again. Alarcon has the offensive board. And she is rejected by Dow. Kicks out to Lambert. Lambert pulls up and knocks down the jumper.
A couple of second chances there, and Lambert ends up knocking down the shot.
We're all tied at 47. This has been a good one between the Dolphins and the Red Hawks. CSI fighting for their playoff lives. They have to have this game. It's not a must-win mathematically, but they need to win this game.
Never want to count on other teams. You want to count on yourself.
Phelan open again. No good, but Alarcon was fouled. Phelan's had some great looks tonight, Nick, but in the second half, they just haven't fallen.
Falling. A lot of in and outs, but Alarcon fouled there, so Dolphins will maintain possession.
Phelan's now 2 of 9 from 3. 4 of 11 from the field. LaFaro. Out to Phelan. Now LaFaro. Thought about the 3. Finds a cutting Rose who banks it in.
Great pass, great finish. Dolphins back ahead.
LaFaro's done a great job tonight as a facilitator. Another nice feed to set up Rose. Palmer in traffic. Lost it. DeCintio saved it, finds a cutting Dow, and she buries the short jumper.
Back and forth they go right now, trading baskets. This game probably is going to come down to the wire.
Sure looks that way. And we've said it all season long. This women's basketball team has treated us to some thrillers here at home. And Lambert draws the foul, does not get the roll. But Ashley will head to the line, and whether it's a back and forth close game, a late comeback, hasn't really seemed to matter. This women's basketball team has played so many close games here at the Tank. It's been can't miss all year.
Every game for the most part has seemed to come down to the end. Of course, we had one of the most exciting finishes of the season when you were over at swimming.
Let's not talk about that. It's a big Dolphins win. I missed it, unfortunately, but it was for a good cause. We had senior day over at the pool. DeCintio way off on that three. Rebound by Masinge.
Surprised DeCintio missed the three.
Haven't seen much of that in the second half. As Alarcon was quickly doubled. Can't finish that time. Dolphins bench wanted a foul. Did not get the call. Haverlock, lefty layup. No good. And Masinge has another rebound.
Crowd wanted a foul call as well. Another three-point attempt.
Phelan wide open. No good. This game has had some pace to it. Haverlock. No good from three. Palmer had the rebound. Snatched away by LaFaro, but not before the jump ball was called. Palmer and LaFaro exchanging some words after that tie-up.
Lizzie not happy with Emily Palmer.
Not sure why.
I thought LaFaro thought she pulled the ball away quicker, that it should have been called a jump ball quickly.
That's what I thought as well. But I think once a player goes down to the floor with their hands on the ball, that whistle's coming. DeCintio. Double. Finds Palmer. Palmer looks to drive. I don't know about that call.
Oh, Alarcon did not move.
That's what I thought. I'm doing a lot of officiating tonight. Much more so than normal for me. We're going to look at it again. Let's see. They got it right, Nick. She was a bit late.
Good job by the officials.
That's why I'm wearing a Dolphins pullover and they're wearing the striped shirts. Dow with the bank shot, evening up the score again, this time at 51. These two teams going back and forth in the fourth. Lambert, LaFaro, Haggett for three. No good.
Right now the story is the Dolphins, they just can't make a three.
Freeman defended well by LaFaro. Finds Palmer. Now DeCintio. Nice move to get open. That three-pointer no good. And Masinge has the rebound. DeCintio nearly getting in that passing lane. Lambert to the rim. Can't finish. And pulling in the rebound was Mahoney. Here come the Redhawks. Relentless pace to this fourth quarter so far. DeCintio with a nice feed inside, and Dow banks in the easy layup.
Nice feed, nice finish. Redhawks ahead.
Brianna Moore waiting to check back in. The Dolphins looking for a matchup for Dow. LaFaro for the lead. Splash!
Lizzie with the big three. LaFaro knocks it down. And the Dolphins can breathe. 54-53. Dolphins ahead now. Big three. The Dolphins needed that.
That is a big basket for Lizzie LaFaro and the Dolphins. She gives CSI the 1-point lead. 5:29 to go in the fourth quarter.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Just under 5.5 minutes to go from the tank. Dolphins just went back in front by 1 on a Lizzie LaFaro three-pointer. Dolphins in the second half started off shooting poorly, but it's been a bit better here in the fourth.
I think that was the first three the Dolphins have made this quarter.
Well, Phelan's gotten some good looks from 3.
Just haven't fallen.
Those haven't gone down. Phelan on the bench right now. And as soon as Madison Haggett checked in for Phelan, she got a good look from 3. Couldn't connect. Haggett comes out, replaced by Brianna Moore. Cynthia will bring it up for Roberts Wesleyan, and the clock is not running.
Uh-oh. Joe, I got the bad feeling you're going to take a run across.
I don't think so. Looks like a scoreboard issue. This may have been the issue we ran into
last week
in our last home game.
Got to reset the board.
If I had to guess, that remote that we're using, old. And I think it may be nearing the end of its shelf life. That's my guess.
You better hope you can squeeze another 5 or 6 years out of it.
That's not up to me. I'm the stats guy and the broadcast guy. Don't ask me questions about the scoreboard. They're working on it.
Looks like Stephanie and Jeremy
got
it resolved.
Did they try and run it with the remote? It's working. $18 to shoot. DeCintio drives the baseline and finds Palmer in the corner. That shot way off. Did that hit the shot clock?
I thought it hit the side of the backboard, but I guess they're going to call it off the side of the shot clock.
Well, Dolphins ball. It's a stop either way. Lambert inside for Moore, out to LaFaro. Splash.
Lizzie heating up right now. 2 big threes for LaFaro. Dolphins now ahead 57-53.
LaFaro with the 2 biggest shots of the game to this point. Dolphins go ahead by 4. DeCintio knocks down the step back.
DeCintio's had the answers all evening.
LaFaro surveys the floor. She's been handling the point guard duties here in the fourth. And I was about to ask how Genelise got that one to go, but she couldn't finish.
Squeezing between 2 defenders there.
That looked like it was halfway down. 2-point game. Just over 4 minutes to go for the lead. DeCintio, no good. And Masinge has the rebound. Lambert hands off to Masinge. LaFaro had it poked away. It's stolen. Haverlock racing up the floor. The Dolphins do have numbers defensively. And that's great defense by LaFaro in transition once again, forcing the travel.
And a great call by the official Chris Bruno to call the travel. And the bench didn't like it, but he shook his head no, and he said it was a travel, which it was.
You wanted to make sure he heard you, Nick?
I don't want to make sure he heard me, but I just want to give him credit because sometimes we bury the officials. And I know
I would never.
When I know an official's name, I want to give him the kudos he deserves.
I would never bury the officials. LaFaro, air ball. She had a good look at it.
Heat check, Joe?
She was open. That's a good shot.
3 minutes, 32 seconds left here. It is definitely going to come down to the wire.
Rose in, Masinge out. CSI lead is 2. Dolphins have what would undoubtedly be their best rebounding unit in the game. Maybe Masenge.
I don't think we've ever seen this with Moore, Rose, and Alarcon all in the game at once.
Masenge is a great rebounder, but the way Kyra Rose has played offensively, I think you need her in the game. And they need Brianna Moore's size. That's a tough shot by Freeman.
A good job by Rose to stick with the point guard there defensively.
That was a tough matchup for Kyra. That's a deep 2 by Lambert, off back iron, no good. Alarcon into the bench, threw it off the legs of Freeman. It will be Dolphins basketball.
Smart play. High IQ play by Alarcon.
High IQ and high effort. Here's another look at that play by Alarcon. Head first into the bench, was able to get fingertips on it. Now Phelan wide open. And she knocks it down. Big basket for Dana Phelan.
Huge basket, Joe. If the Dolphins win, we can look back to that Alarcon play as the play of the game.
Dolphins lead it by 5. 2.5 minutes to go, and timeout has been called by Roberts Wesleyan. With that, we will head to a quick 30-second break. And even 2:30 on the clock here at the Tank. The Dolphins lead it 60-55. Under 2.5 minutes to go from the Tank. The CSI lead is 5 points. The Redhawks in need of a basket. And Jenalise Alarcon is whistled for a reach-in.
Second team foul. How many fouls does Jenalise have now?
Not sure. We're about to get a look at that last
I
one.
think she might have 3 or 4.
That's a good call.
So, gotta watch out if she fouls out.
15 to shoot. And Alarcon has 3 fouls with that last one.
So she got some space.
Feed goes to Palmer, and she is emphatically rejected.
Brianna Moore says not today.
Moore throws one off of Alarcon's foot. Fortunately, it goes right to Phelan. LaFaro left wide open, didn't shoot it. And that's going to be a moving screen.
Well, that's going to be on Alarcon, so that'll be her 4th.
That's 4.
So
we have seen that so many times. Moving screen calls going against the Dolphins. And those pile up. They count as turnovers just the same. Dolphins, with that last turnover, now have 12.
yeah, certainly can't afford to lose Alarcon here, even with 1:40 left in the game.
No doubt. DeCintio can't finish. Wanted a whistle, didn't get it. She's down on the floor, as is Brianna Moore.
Moore coming up with the rebound there, or the takeaway.
Phelan wide open, didn't shoot.
So Dolphins probably looking to use some clock now, Joe.
I'll tell you, the bench was ready. They thought Dana was going to shoot it.
Rose going to the basket here.
She's had a really nice game.
Rose's jersey was tugged there. Surprised there was no whistle.
Looks like I jinxed her, Nick, as Kyra turns it over.
I think she was fouled. She was grabbed.
The Redhawks need a basket with just over a minute to play. Freeman goes at Rose. That's a tough matchup for Freeman. Big size disadvantage. Dow wide open. No good on the mid-range shot. And Rose is fouled. Redhawks have 3 to give, including that one. Make that 2 to give.
Dolphins here, you want to try to use some clock if you can, but I think the Redhawks, if they're going to steal here, they're going to have to foul.
They have to foul. Certainly have to foul. Looked like they tried to foul there. It wasn't called.
You're going to want to have the ball in Alarcon, LaFaro, or Phelan's hands here to shoot the free throws.
You can't foul now.
I think they were just waiting to get the ball.
I don't
Someone
know what
else,
they
I
were.
don't know what's going on.
I don't know
Still
what
gotta-
they were
still have
waiting
to
for,
foul
Nick.
2 more times.
I don't know what they were waiting for, Nick. Because now that resets the shot clock to 20.
Once it was advanced, you have to foul. You try for the trap, and then you got to foul.
Once the Dolphins crossed half court, I assumed they would foul.
Right.
Obviously, you can play for a steal, but that's harder to do when you have to give more than one foul. I think what you do is you foul twice as soon as the ball is inbounded, and then you go for the steal aggressively. If you foul, that third foul would have put the Dolphins in the bonus. But what do I know?
I don't know, Joe. What do they pay you for? Just
Not to coach, that's for sure. Not to coach. Alarcon hits the first free throw. One more can make it a 3-possession game. That's way off. Still a chance here for Roberts Wesleyan, but they have to work quickly. Haverlock is fouled, and they'll take that.
That is exactly what you don't want to do if you're the Dolphins.
Haverlock, a tough game shooting, 3 of 13 from the field. She has 8 points. We'll look to add 2 more from the line. Free throw is good.
Lambert going to check in, I would think, here. She's a good free throw shooter.
Nick, Tyler Clark is on the way.
Wow, Tyler. Haven't seen him this year. Tyler Clark engineering the men's game. Now, was he ever supposed to be a maybe or a game time decision, or he just decided he's going to come?
We were in contact earlier in the week. He can make it. Wasn't sure if he could make it. So we'll have him for game 2.
1 hour till tip-off.
Men's basketball game, I actually have to change that. The men's game is still scheduled for 7:30.
Yes.
That, of course, coming up next. Right back here on the ECC Network.
Should be a good game. Dolphins look to avenge an early season loss to the Redhawks. Lambert's at the free throw line here, looking to put this game on ice. Already with 12 points in this one.
That makes it a 5-point game.
Stay tuned. We'll see who's going to be the TLC player of the game. Louis Matrone going to have a tough decision on his hands across the way.
They're asking me who we want, Nick. That's not how this works.
Tell him, use your best judgment. I don't know what's going on now. Timeout, but the official is getting an earful from the head coach, Kevin Clifford.
So let's take a look at the box score.
They get sent over too. I mean, this is the second to last home game. But it depends who they're going to send.
It typically is the player of the game.
Right. If people are evenly matched in the box score.
Well, I think statistically, Kyra Rose by far has been the best Dolphin. 13 points and 12 rebounds in just 24 minutes. I don't think statistically there's any other Dolphin that is compared.
All stuff in the box
3
score
assists
for
as
sure.
well. Second on the team in assists.
Yeah.
Leader in rebounds.
I guess you can make the case for 2 other players if you had to, as far as the points is concerned.
Phelan has 13 with a big shot late, but she's had a tough shooting game.
Right.
Just 5 of 12.
She does have the rebounds and assists and steals.
I think Lizzie LaFaro has had a big impact on this game.
She has.
A lot of that coming late.
2 big threes, obviously.
But just 6 points on 2 of 5.
Lambert, the big free throw is there, 4 for 4. So she kind of, maybe we think can put this game on ice. So a nice job by her this evening, 14 points.
Red Hawks will look to make this a game late. And that is a 2-pointer, so that stings if you're Roberts Wesleyan. That makes it a 4-point game, but undoubtedly that was a 2.
And LaFar will head to the free throw line after this timeout.
So with that, we'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
.7 on the clock here at the Tank. That last basket, a 2-pointer by Ariana Freeman, and I think that effectively puts this one out of reach, barring a Dolphins turnover. But we'll see what happens. The Red Hawks without any timeouts remaining. That's important at this juncture. And Ashley Lambert is fouled.
Lambert will now go to the free throw line. 6 fouls for the Red Hawks.
So Lambert to the line with 13 and a half seconds to play. As Nick mentioned, Lambert working to put this game away from the line. 4-4 from the stripe. She leads CSI in scoring with 14 points. Make it 15. And it's back to a 6-point game. No timeouts for Roberts.
16 points for Lambert. 6 of 6 on free throws.
DeCintio for 3, and that's good. It's a one-possession game. The Red Hawks need a turnover. They won't get it. The Dolphins avoid the foul, and that might do it. 0.8 remaining.
Dolphins nearly turned it over there.
Well, the Red Hawks nearly unable to foul. One free throw puts it away, and if the Dolphins miss a free throw, the Red Hawks would have to connect on a full-court heave. No timeouts. So effectively, Nick, this game is over. And that'll do it, officially.
That should be it. All that is up in the air now is the final score. Rose caps off a nice scoring night there, and the Dolphins win 67-62.
Kyra Rose finishes with 15 to lead CSI in scoring, and she will be our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game. 15 points, 12 rebounds on 5 of 8 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line. Great effort from Kyra tonight. Men's basketball on our schedule for 7:30. We'll see if they perhaps start that game a bit earlier. I have a feeling they probably will. So we will step aside. Our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Kyra Rose, joining Nick on the court after this. And we're back from the Tank as Nick is joined on the floor by our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Kyra Rose. Nick, take it away.
Thanks, Joe. Here with the Player of the Game, Kyra Rose. You're getting used to this, Kyra, back here, back-to-back home games. Another double-double for you. How are you feeling out there tonight?
I'm feeling great. Last game, I didn't play as well as I should. And today, I just got it. I knew what I had to do today.
All right, so tonight everybody scored. Everybody was contributing offensively. So talk to everybody about just how good it feels as a team when everybody's getting involved.
It feels great because these past games we couldn't score in the first quarter, second quarter, but this game we were hitting today. We started hitting at the fourth quarter, and that's what we needed.
All right, and in limited minutes, I mean, she made a huge impact. Brianna Moore off the bench, the big basket at the end of the first half, the big block here in the fourth quarter. What does it mean, again, for the team here just to see everybody depth-wise playing and contributing?
I mean, when we saw that, it just hyped us up, which brought our energy up, and that's what we needed today.
All right, Kyra, thank you for your time. Congratulations. Go enjoy the victory with your teammates.
Thank you.
All right, Joe, back to you at the commentary desk.
All right, thank you, Nick. That was our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Kyra Rose. Kyra leading the Dolphins in scoring and rebounding in this game, helping the team to a huge late-season conference win over Roberts Wesleyan University. And Nick, the Dolphins face Malloy back here at home 1 week from tonight in their second-to-last game of the season. If the Dolphins win that game, I believe they clinch a playoff spot mathematically. I have to double-check that. CSI now has 6 conference wins. A win in their next game would give them 7, plus any tiebreaker over Malloy. Malloy has 4 conference games left. The Dolphins with a win next week would be 3 conference wins ahead. Tiebreaker would go to them. I believe that would clinch CSI a playoff spot. I'll have to double-check the conference standings, but for all intents and purposes, CSI in a great position to lock up a playoff spot in 1 week.
Yeah, just keep winning, and that's what you need to do. Last year we saw the Dolphins. They had a win to get in. They did. They stayed hot. They won a playoff game. And listen, Kyra Rose, back-to-back home games as the player of the game. So many players contributed in this game, not just necessarily scoring-wise, but when this team is having their full depth at play and contributing to victories, they can compete with anybody.
So, Nick, it is official. Our men's basketball game will get underway at 7:30. So we have about 45 minutes on the clock here at the Tank. That means you and I will step off headset, come back on the men's stream in about 30 minutes with the McDonald's pregame show, full pregame show ahead of Game 2. We do have an engineer for our second game, so full pregame coverage begins in approximately 30 minutes right back here on CSI Sportsnet, a proud part of the ECC Network.